Welcome to another episode of the Golden Moment podcast. My name's Mijo Biscan. This episode is called High Intention, Low Attachment. So as a songwriter, I'm always battling these two opposing forces of wanting to do the best work that I've ever created that fulfills my pure creative vision with no compromises, and it blows people's minds and it has a deep impact through all of time, versus the challenge of managing expectations when I'm falling short, which is most of the time. This can be quite a rocky experience when, I'm trying to do my best work, but then there's this other part of me that is watching saying, this is not your best work. You just made a mistake. This idea is crap. So that can lead to a lot of internal tension and stress. And so without simply lowering my standards and only doing things that are always within my comfort zone, I wondered, how is it possible to be ambitious and make my greatest work, but not get caught up in the results of it not being perfect or being what I want it to be. So this is where I invoke this idea of high intention, low attachment. So these are two really separate moves that get me around this issue in almost every case. And this idea relates to so many other areas of our lives. When we're getting caught up in something not going the way that we want to, this is absolute gold to bring this into your mind. High intention, low attachment. So the way that I do it is I still always set a very high intention to make great work. I set the bar high. I go for things beyond my abilities, and I aim to beat my own personal best. I aim to go beyond what I've done in the past. So this brings me, simply doing this first part, this is setting the intention, high intention. This brings me into a state of high commitment to the process. It just gets me in readiness, okay, we're gonna go into this and we're gonna do our best work. And then my focus narrows on the present moment and the task at hand. And it also opens up my creativity, because it says, okay, we're going into this zone, we're gonna do creative work now. It's kind of preparing my mind to transition into this mode of being. So, and then once I get into the act of writing songs, I might hit a rough spot, I might lose a creative thread, I might completely lose sight of how I'll finish the song, it might stink, I might be off track for ages, my inner critic might be pointing out, how it's similar to another song I've heard and I'm ripping that bit off. It might become apparent that it's gone in a completely different direction to what I wanted to create. And all the while, I maintain non-attachment. So I detach from the outcome and I come back to the present and keep moving forward with the high intention. So I stay in the state of high intention, maintaining low attachment to the outcome. And I just keep punching above my weight. I just keep moving forward. So in doing this, I commit to the process of doing it, not the outcome. The outcome will be what it will be. So it's a bit like fishing. So a fishing analogy here for you. Because when you go fishing, you're not in control of all of the variables. So the best you can do is show up ready to fish with your best bait, go to a location where you've got the highest chance of catching the big fish you want. But if it was only about the size of the catch every time, people would soon sell their rods and find a hammock to swing in. To me, this is more about the process, and then knowing that at some point that big catch will occur, but if it's not happening in the moment, it's okay. So what I do is I stay true to my intention moment to moment as I move through the process, and I stay present in the process. When I get caught up in judgment, I detach and I come back to the task at hand. So in order for this to work, I have to be okay with it sucking, failing, being completely wrong, short of the mark, seemingly pointless, and sure to fail a lot of the process. So if it were easy, everyone could do it. So there's more to this whole songwriting caper than meets the eye. So there's a story about Leonard Cohen writing his probably most well-known song now, Hallelujah, where he wrote 80 verses for that song. And he was banging his head on the floor saying, "I will write this song or it will kill me." The resulting song being one of the most graceful things we ever heard. So there's this, and in that example, he's maintaining this high intention, low attachment, striving to write another verse, striving to dig a bit deeper, even though it's difficult and challenging and thinking, he might fall short, maintaining the high intention. I will continue to write this song, whether it kills me. So that's how I think about high intention, low attachment. I hope you found that interesting. You can apply that to different areas of your own life, or if you're an artist, creative person, you can definitely use this idea. So in the next episode, I'll share with you why going into that creative space, it takes courage. So it's humbling every time. It's confronting. It's the place where amateur artists go to get their asses kicked and masters go to sharpen their skills. So I think about my songwriting practice really as the dojo that I go to in order to face my life. So it's a very different angle to be aware of when it comes to songwriting. And so I'll tell you more about that in the next episode. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for tuning in. There's a transcription of this episode in the show notes below if you want to check it out. If you like this episode, please give it a thumbs up or a like, give it your best rating or write a review on iTunes or Stitcher, share it with a friend, post it on social media with your insights, and leave me a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Doing any of those things really helps the podcast reach more music lovers. So you can also get a free download of 5 of my best songs by heading to mijobiscan.com/free-music. If you want to hear any of those, you can also get a limited edition, personalized and signed CD of my latest album, Golden Moment. You'll also get the digital album and artwork and lyric booklet immediately as a download. To do that, you can head to mijobiscan.com/GMCD. So I hope you'll check all those links out. Thanks for listening. Stay golden. Remember to maintain high intention, low attachment, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.